for their mind, and they just completely overstepped the ball. Because if you look, to me, it didn't look like Lennon wanted to back heel it. To me, it looked like, I don't know whether he had the intention of doing that, but it looked like he just ran over the ball, and he just ran over it and his heel hit it. That's what it looked like to me. And he threw his arms up hoping, oh shit, someone should have been there or whatever. But with Van der Vaart, I don't know what happened there at all, but you could see something. You could see he definitely pulled something. Definitely pulled something.
I mean, I think from watching those two balls though, okay, it was a slight sort of mess up on one occasion, but Van der Vaart did play a little back heel across the box, and this is why we shouldn't have had Palacios on the pitch. We should have had Van der Vaart basically where Palacios was,
Yeah.
and Jermaine Defoe up with Crouch, because if you've got a midfielder who's going to go in and even like the Lennon one, put a back like Jermaine Defoe is going to be fucking up there and around the box just to go, oh, hello, thank you, because you keep pushing forward.
Yeah, but you can't leave Modric on his own in the middle, because Van der Vaart is an attacking midfielder. He is going to be in front of the goal like his role's doing there. If you've got Crouch, Defoe, and Van der Vaart on the same pitch, they're more or less going to play the same role. All right, Van der Vaart will just be that little bit deeper, but there's probably going to be times where he pushes up too far, and then that leaves Modric in the middle of the pitch on his own, and then that either pushes Cabal up or Gallas up, and then that just leaves us more vulnerable at the back than what we already are. That's my opinion why I wouldn't play that, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I can see where you're coming from, but I think it'd be too much of a threat.
Yeah, just a real goal poacher, just to dink those balls in. But Luka Modric today proved, and he acted like he was the holding midfielder.
He had to work his arse off because he knew Palacios was a liability, quite frankly.
Totally.
I think Modric played his heart out, and that run for his goal. Skirtle gave it was an own goal in the end, but that run was incredible.
Hey,
awesome.
Don't ask the questions, you don't get the answers.
Yeah.
You know, as they say, at the end of the day, if you put a quality ball into that 6-yard box, it's either going to be an own goal, a goal for you, for your striker, or it's where you're going to get a corner.
Yep, yeah. So you got to gamble, gamble, and he done. That's what's great about Modric. That's what I like about him. Like you said, he asks the questions, doesn't he? He just runs in there and thinks, right, well, let's just go for it. And thankfully, we got a bloody goal, because quite frankly, I see Liverpool beating us because we were playing bad. We were playing awful.
Oh, that's it. I saw, until obviously Van der Vaart went off, I saw a lot of light from this game for the sheer fact that I saw a tactic that was like, well, hang on, Liverpool ain't going to be happy about this, because you had Bale do it and Lennon do it and Modric do it straight down the middle. And that's the thing. That's what I was just saying. If you maybe had Van der Vaart in for Palacios, and you've got you'd have a defence trying to watch the balls into Crouch for the knockdowns, Lennon going up one side, Bale going up the other side, and then you've got Van der Vaart tricking around the players and Modric tearing through the middle. And if you got Lennon as well cutting in and Bale, defence wouldn't know what the hell to do.
Oh yeah, I completely agree.
They wouldn't know who to look for.
I agree with you. Sorry, go on, Karen.
No, sorry, I was because there's no clear pass either coming from it. So it's like, well, shit, hang on a second. Am I going to press that guy or look for the through ball to the other?
This is my with Lennon again. What idea you've put across, it works on paper. But again, in the second half, the last 45 minutes of tonight's game against Liverpool, Lennon didn't do what Lennon does. There was so many times when it looked like he didn't want to run anymore until the last couple of minutes, because Hutton would have hold of the ball and there would be opportunities that Lennon was able to burst in his pace, beat the right back, for then Hutton to just put a ball through, beat the left back, put the ball through between the central defender and the left back. Lennon would have been onto it, crossed along the box, possible goal. Yeah. There were endless opportunities for him to do that, and he didn't do it. No. And I didn't know what was wrong with him or why he wasn't doing it. And then he done fuck all for 45 minutes in the second half until the last minute when he scored. Some people might sit there and go, "Oh, that's enough. Oh, he scored. That's the end of it. Whatever." No, that's not the end of it. He should have. First half, he played awesome. He should have brought it on in the second half, and he didn't. And I don't know. That's sometimes that's another part of it. Why I think Liverpool felt robbed, because quite frankly, it looked like it. Again, I'm glad we won. I'm fucking happy we won. but we just make it hard work for ourselves so much.
We always do.
And I get frustrated with it, but then at the same time, that's why I love supporting Spurs, because it's like a bloody drama.
Well, no, I think I completely agree. Okay, Lennon did the important thing, sealed 3 points. That is the important thing. But
Yeah.
I agree. There was times I'm sitting there and Hutton's on the ball, and Lennon's literally just stand next to him, going, "Do you want to give it to me? Why? You're next to me. Run, make a run,
make the run through the channel." Because quite frankly, it looks like he was. It looked like he was preferring the ball to his feet to then for him to make a run round a player instead of looking for the channels and making the runs. Like, I don't know what was wrong with him in the second half. All right, he scored. It was very well taken for like a run on, because his pace is just unbelievable. But
that was more what we wanted from Defoe, to be honest. That was a Defoe goal.
Okay, right. This is moving on from what we've just been speaking about. Why on earth, on this planet and galaxy, was Defoe given that fucking penalty? Why was he given that penalty? He should never have been given that penalty. What is wrong with Modric taking a penalty? This is like, what was the statistic they gave us? We've had 9 penalties and we've converted 4 or 5.
No, I think we've missed 5 out of 9.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
I'm not sure, but it's either way. It's either way around. The fact is, fuck it. End day 50-50 almost, and that's pathetic. It should be at least 70.
Modric was was Niko Kranjcar's predecessor for the Croatian national team. Modric is awesome at placing a ball, and his free kicks are awesome. Again, this leads me on as to why Gareth Bale is still continuously picked as our number 1 free kick taker. He hasn't scored a free kick since the one against Arsenal, and that was when Robbie Keane started each game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has scored 1 free kick, and everybody goes on about him being a fantastic free kick taker. You can see he has the intelligence of a free kick taker, but he hasn't converted any. No. He hasn't, not
like Bentley. Well, Bentley at least comes close every time.
Bentley's put more away than what he has, since he's been on a pitch. No. Why isn't Modric being asked to take a penalty or being asked to take a free kick? This pisses me off as well, because this silly decisions, silly little decisions, in my opinion. On
corners, obviously, you want to get Modric in there and taking the corner, because he's got no height.
Sitting on the edge of the box.
Right, yeah, exactly.
What he does.
With the free kicks, what pissed me off as well is every time we got one on the edge, but I was like, don't shoot. Just don't fucking shoot. Until, obviously, who was it? Again, another thing. Why are you putting your hands up? You moron.
Yeah, I can't believe they were protesting about
it. No, it's out of the box ball. The fact is the player was in the box. It's stupid. You're going to give a penalty away.
Why is a near 6 foot guy? I'm not too sure how tall Ngog is, but why are you going to jump to hopefully evade a ball's path towards goal? You're going to jump and put your hands in front of your head, even above your head. Who does that? No, they're professional fucking players, for fuck's sake. It's been a interesting weekend for football. With
2 in 2 games, 2 the same, 2 penalties from the same bloody. Just what are you thinking from a defender?
Thankfully, the one against Arsenal was converted, but that was a dreadful penalty from. Hopefully, he can just scratch it off. Hopefully, But
again, like Pavlyuchenko as well did the same thing on his penalty, and Bale's penalty was really weak. We need to pick a player, like you say, just basically say, yeah, exactly, a player who's pretty much always on the pitch. Yeah,
there you go. Is often given the captain's armband.
So just pick him, just make him the designated, or hell. What was it?
Gomez take one. He used to be a striker.
What game was it? What was the Peter Crouch when Peter Crouch took a penalty a few weeks ago?
Oh, blimey.
And I looked at him and went, why are you giving that to Crouch? I was like, oh my God. It was a good penalty.
Yeah, that has to have been.
I didn't see that coming from Crouch at all, and it was just a really perfect.
That has to have been a Champions League game, because he hasn't scored a penalty in the Premiership at the moment.
Young boys.
That's it.
It was against young boys.
Yep.
At White Hart Lane.
Yep, I agree. Yeah.
And I was concerned. I didn't get it. I was like, there's no, he's not that kind of a striker.
Because I remember the picture in the paper the next day. I've never seen anyone pull a posture and a face like that when taking a penalty. He looked real ugly.
It was a
He
great
looked
penalty,
awful.
and
Oh yeah, it was a fantastic penalty.
it's just our penalties are letting us down because look at last season the stoppage time penalty against Everton. Defoe
Oh,
fucks that up, right? That would have been the difference between fourth and third.
yep.
Those 2
Oh, it
points.
would have been, yeah. It really is just drama being a Spurs fan, isn't it? I
I'm
think it's hard being a West Ham fan, but fucking hell.
I'm as knackered.
At,
I'm as
at
knackered as the
least,
players are
oh,
after that.
at least with us, it's like, well, with West Ham fans, it's hard for them because it's just balanced on one side. It's just your team are rubbish, quite
Yeah,
frankly. All right, they end up beating us, yeah, but they're only going to have one magnificent game their whole entire season or whatever, and or whatever they beat Liverpool as well. I don't give a shit about that. But with us, it's either we blow up, we both Carl, we're the most inconsistent fucking team in the
yeah,
Premiership.
but it's all doing one match at the moment.
I wouldn't have it
But
any
we're
other way.
still coming out on top.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that's good is our defence still isn't our 100% like back line. That's what gives me faith as well and gives me
Yeah.
hope because hopefully when Woodgate and Dawson at least when fucking Magic Dawson makes his way back, finally we might have some fucking understanding on our back line because it looks like they don't talk to each other. There are so many times in recent games where we've had hold of the ball and you just normally if you play on a Saturday or on a Sunday football team you'd sit there and if someone's coming if an opposing player's coming behind them, you tell them man on. But then these are professional football players, and they don't seem to be doing it. They just seem to be allowing their their teammate to just get tackled from behind and then lose the ball. And sometimes that's what the defence have got to scream at them or anybody, and they don't seem to be doing it.
Well, I'm the thing. I thought it was a really good performance from Gallas.
Again, yep, I'll agree with you.
Another stern performance. Cabal again was really good. Yeah, I was worried about Basson coming on.
He played awesome, if you ask me, mate. Awesome.
The turning point in the game where I was just obviously I know we'd lost Van der Vaart, I know we'd lost Cabal, and you do want to hold that last substitution just in case because you don't want someone else to pick it up an injury and then you could be down to 10 men.
Well,
But,
exactly.
like you say, Modric not wanting to pass the fucking Palacios, we might as well play that game with 10 men. In fact, we were. Because the turning point for me was after about the third or fourth wayward pass that were some of them quite simple passes, it was the point where he picks up the ball, kind of stands there, doesn't know what to do with it, and it's taken off him. And then they're on the counter.
Yep. I know the exact one you're on about. Yep. But I was discussing it. I was sitting there discussing with my dad. I was like, you got to take Palacios off, and like you said, we've got to then sacrifice the fact that we wouldn't have another substitute or anything. But quite frankly, it looked like we were playing with 10 men because he weren't doing anything. I'd rather an inexperienced Sandro been on the pitch than Palacios, to be honest, because at least Sandro would have. I don't know. I'm positive he would have been more effective than Palacios tonight.
I think, yeah, Palacios.
He would have learned from his mistake that he made before, that he didn't realise the Premiership was as fast-paced as it really was, and he got the ball intercepted off him, and they nearly scored. Can't remember who he was playing against, but yeah, I would have rather had an inexperienced Sandro, and I'm looking forward to him in the future. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he's got to produce.
Well, the fact is that it's not just about the Sandro, it's the fact we had a fully experienced playmaker, Cranch.